Yo, what's going on, everybody? Today I just want to make a quick video and talk about the importance of self-care. Self-care is very important. Very, very, very important. To me, it's everything, man. Because when you don't take care of yourself, then it really shows in a lot of areas of your life. Like, for example, your skin. It'll show in your skin. It'll show in your eyes. It'll show in your overall energy. Now, people can pick up on that. It's really important to stay hydrated, to have skincare routines, to have a healthy sleep schedule. People really underestimate the power of sleep. Sleep and recovery, that is. I lift. I go to the gym, so I really prioritize my sleep. Because when I don't sleep well, my lifts are terrible. I push through them, but they're still pretty difficult sometimes. And then overall, when I'm at work, it's just very important because I do sales, so people can really pick up on your energy. And when you're all tired, lethargic, irritable because you didn't get enough sleep the night before, or you're just not taking care of your mental health in the sense that you're de-stressing yourself when necessary. When you're not doing these things, then it adds up and it has a cumulative effect. So over time, trying to work at a high pace or at a high work rate, you actually slow yourself down and really deteriorate yourself in the long run and really expedite the burnout process. As opposed to really prioritizing rest and recovery, by prioritizing those two things, then you really, essentially, I believe, have an edge over your competition because you're going to be sharper, faster, more focused, more diligent. You pay more attention to detail. You can go the extra mile because you have the energy to do so. As opposed to when you're tired, lethargic, sleepy, then you don't have the energy to do the things that'll maybe get you the next opportunity. So when you show up all the time, your best, fresh, focused, put together, then you feel good, look good, you operate on a pretty high level. They can do that consistently. And the name of the game, for me at least, is consistency. So to stay consistent and to be consistent is very important. Especially when you have goals, aspirations and dreams. I remember a time when I was working at McDonald's. Then it was when I first started working as well. This was my first job, actually. And I was so naive. I was so naive, but I was ambitious, very ambitious. So I realized that I was behind and I needed to get ahead, or not to get ahead, I just needed to get my stuff together. So it was right after graduation. I hadn't had a job yet, and it was 3 months after graduation and I still wasn't working. I didn't go to college, and my parents said that if I take a year off, I have to work full time, like every day. So I'm working on not getting a job because I didn't actually have a job yet. But I told my parents that I was searching. I really wasn't. I was playing video games. And I was still bad at every video game that I played. So it was really a waste of time. It was ridiculous. But eventually, after 3 months, I got tired of that lifestyle of just like waking up, doing nothing, scrolling social media, hopping on YouTube, watching a couple videos, eating some food. I wasn't lifting at the time either. I maybe do some push-ups here and there. Maybe sit outside. But then I got bored, bro. I got tired. That's really what it was. I was bored. Like, I wasn't doing anything productive. So I finally actually started to apply to jobs. And literally the first 3 jobs I applied to, no, the first one actually, it was McDonald's. Right up the street from me, literally like 2 minutes away. I got the job pretty much by just submitting my application. I literally submitted the application, and my manager at the time, my GM at the time, he asked me, "Hey, you can come in for an interview tomorrow?" I'm just like, "Whoa, tomorrow? That's literally tomorrow." He was like, "Yeah, tomorrow." Then I'm like, "I bet." So I go in for the interview. I sit down, start talking with him, and then he comes, he slides a sheet of paper across the table and goes, "Yeah, so what's your availability looking like?" And my happy-go-lucky self put 6 to 4 Monday through Saturday. That's 60 hours a week, right? And I'm thinking, because I'm used to having energy, right? Because I'm not working, I'm not like really doing anything like that takes energy away from you. So I put 60 hours a week, right? And I was happy about it too. Like, I knew what I was doing, but at the same time, I didn't know what I was doing, right? I didn't know what to expect, right? Because a lot of the times when I go into things, I don't have an expectation unless it's a new thing where I expect to be the best at it, right? Or at the same time, I expect to not know something. So I guess in the sense I do have expectations for things, but in this situation I didn't, right? So I put 6 to 4 Monday through Saturday, and he looks at me, he looks at the paper, looks back at me, I look at him, and he just like, he smirks. He goes, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, like, dead serious." And he goes, "You sure?" I go, "Yeah." And in my head, I was like, well, why is he asking me if I'm sure? Don't they want like open availability? So then he goes, "All right, cool. When can you start?" I go, "I mean, like, whenever." Like, he goes, "Cool. Like 3 days, right?" So I'm like, "All right, bet." I get my first job, yada yada yada, and I'm working. Now, it was maybe like 6 months, 8 months that I'm working just regular 10 hours. But sprinkled throughout those 6 to 8 months, then I was pulling overtimes and whatnot. So then for the next maybe 8 months after that, then I was working like maybe 10, 12, 14-hour shifts, right? And mind you, so this is McDonald's, right? And they don't particularly care how many hours you work, as long as like you're kind of hush about it. So people knew I was working that many hours, but my manager didn't really care because he had the hours to give, right? So I remember to this day when I got my first check, and I was so excited. It was like maybe like $147, and I was like, "Oh, word, I'm balling." I knew I wasn't, but I was happy to be making my own money at the time because I also asked my parents for money. It was kind of embarrassing. I'm 18 years old, so asking for money. But yeah, so during that time, I'm saying all that to say this, right? I was working a lot of hours, like 80, 90 hours, and my health started to deteriorate a lot actually. I got to a point where in my head it felt like straight spaghetti. Like I'd go to bed, wake up even more tired. Like, I don't know how this is even possible, but I would literally wake up because I had to be at work at 6 o'clock, and before then I like to read and write before I would go to work, so I can just get my brain going and everything and do something for myself in the mornings. So I'd wake up at maybe 4:30, and then do my reading and writing, shower, and then be to work at 6, right? Work from 6 to 4, sometimes 6 to 6, and then on the average day when I get off at say 4:30, then I would come home, eat a snack, like a pre-workout meal, and then go to the gym for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, come home, do my chores, read, write, and go to bed, right? So then on some nights, I'm not getting, the majority of nights, I'm not getting a full 8 hours of sleep. I'm getting like maybe 6 hours, because in my head, I was still behind, right? So once I got into that cycle, I was like working a lot of hours, then I eventually, like, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it because I felt alive but dead inside at the same time. But I felt like I was serving a purpose, and even within that, I learned a lot of lessons, so I regret nothing. Like, I'd do it again. Now, do I recommend it? Definitely not, but at the same time I do, because it built some character in me. And I really did learn a lot about myself. That's the biggest thing. I learned a lot about myself. But it was during this time that I realized how important my recovery process was, because I was literally burned out for a couple of months. Like, you can ask because my mom would see me every single day. And I have pictures and videos of just like, I get home from work and I just look like dead inside. I'm just like, bruh. But, I mean, I was hustling though. I was really hustling. And for the money I was making, like looking back at it, not worth it, but at the same time I didn't know, and I had to make money. So I mean, I knew nothing else, and just to be able to provide for myself in the sense where I'm not asking for money, it was worth it. So I regret nothing. I learned a lot of lessons. However, I was deathly burnt out. Like, I felt like straight garbage. So eventually I started to take my rest and recovery a lot more serious, where I really prioritized getting more sleep. But the biggest thing is I had changed my schedule. Like, I told them, I was like, hey y'all, you know what, my GM hated me for this though, but I changed my availability. I was like, you know what, I'll still start at 6 or 7. I could do 6 or 7, but I'm not standing until 4 anymore. That's just not gonna happen. I'll do like 2, like 6 to 2. So that'll be a decent 8-hour shift, you know. And then he was like, I can't do that. Can you do 3? I go, bro, what is this, a negotiation? Like, why'd I gotta go back and forth about this? I've been to work every single day. I haven't missed a singular day, and I don't complain. I do my job. And here's the other thing, right? After a couple of days, I had literally, like, of me working there, I was like, you know what, I want to be manager here. So I set my sights to become manager in 6 months. So that was also one of the reasons I was working as much as I was, because I had like a desire to be a manager. So then they offered me the job in 7 months. And at that point in time, I had turned it down. I forgot why, but I turned it down. And then after the 10th month mark, they offered it to me again. However, at that time, my brother had passed. So I turned it down again. So it's funny, even then, I was in this process of I have to work, because like I was so committed to my goal, you know? So I had a lot of goals behind the scenes of things I was doing with my money and plays I was making. And when my brother had passed, I had taken a day, the day off. I mean, duh. But for his funeral, I took the day off, and that was the first day I'd ever like called off of work. I mean, I didn't just call off. I told my manager, of course, my GM, and he was understanding. And then the next day, I was like, hey, yo, like, can I take another day? Because I want to go to the burial. And he was like, I mean, yeah, like, why are you asking? Like, yeah. But in my head, you know, I mean, I just felt weird not working. I was just so used to working. But I say all that to say this, right? Because that was just to talk a little about consistency and it's like the process and everything. But I really want you guys to just really prioritize your health. And when you're feeling healthy, when you are healthy, you can do a lot more. You can produce a lot more. You can be a lot more creative. You can get a lot more work done when you're prioritizing your health. When you feel good, when you look good and take care of your body, your mind. And when I say mental health, I literally just mean take care of your mind. Really curate a strong, solid mindset and really build something out of yourself. Break that down. Build something out of yourself. Internally, build and have the foundations and principles of things that you do no matter what, some non-negotiables. And have health and wellness to be one of them. Because without that, then you're not going to make it far in any realm, right? Because if your body isn't healthy, the thing that carries your mind, how do you think to be able to use your mind to its fullest capacity? You can't do it. So make it a priority to take care of your body, to take care of your mind, because nobody's gonna do it for you. And that's how people end up with diseases and stuff that's wrong with them. And I'm not like, some of it's genetic. A lot of things can be genetic, but at the same time, control the controllables. There's a lot of things that you can control as an individual. So why not control them? Why not? You literally have the power to do so, so why not do it? You have the power to choose what you put into your body. You have the power to choose what you put into your mind. You have the power to choose all of these things, and you still choose not to. Why? That's probably the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my life. If you have the power to literally be great, then why not do so? You have the power to go to the gym. You have the power to get a job. You have the power to create a routine. You have the power to make money. You have the power to stay in shape. You have the power to eat healthy, good foods. You have the power to converse with people, to learn things with people. You have the power to travel. You have the power to save money. You have the power to invest money. You have the power to use your creative process. You have the power to do all these things, but you decide not to because you're being lazy. Lazy. When it comes down to it, that's really all it is. All it is you being lazy. Like, when you're going to get it through your head that nothing's going to be given to you. That nobody's just going to hand you success. Nobody's going to hand you $1 million. Nobody's just going to hand you a penthouse or a mansion or a nice, beautiful car. And that's what really gets to me, you know? People think that they're just going to get handouts sometimes. People just feel entitled, right? It's not how this works. You have to go ahead and get it. You have to go ahead and get it. Nobody's going to give it to you. You have to really take what you want in this life. Learn what it takes. Do what it takes. Get it together. Get it together. I want to say that people don't take life seriously, but at the same time, people don't take life serious enough. This is a serious thing here. This is your life you're talking about. When you're eating bad processed foods, eating McDonald's, right? Look at your health. Look at your mind. Your gut health is a direct correlation with your mental health. When you're eating these foods that deteriorate the bacteria in your gut, think about what it does to your mind when you can't think straight and you can't focus because you're thinking about this processed food. When you're living these sedentary lifestyles, sitting at home on your couch playing video games, and for you dudes out there jerking off, that's what y'all be doing every single night. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So get it together. I want this to be a wake-up call for you guys. Get it together. I know this video kind of took a turn, but I was driving, so I wasn't able to give you guys my full undivided attention, right? But now that I'm here sitting in front of you guys, give you guys this message, I want you guys to really open your ears and listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm going to get people in my comment section talking about, oh, but it's not easy. I ought to slap the goofy out of you if you say that one more time. It's not easy. But it's worth it. It shouldn't be easy. Anything worth having isn't easy to get. Do you think people who work to get houses think that it's easy to work as hard as they do to get that house, to get that property, to get that luxury vehicle? Think of it like this, right? I want a Rolls Royce, right? A $250,000 car plus, maybe $350,000, right? Expensive car. But it's a beautiful car. So for me, that's worth it. Working hard and doing what it takes to be able to make that type of money, be able to afford that comfortably. Oh, that's worth it to me. Right? That's a goal of mine. Having a penthouse that's set up, having nice LED lights and beautiful furniture, right? Having a nice granite marble countertops. Nice hardwood floors with nice tile in there. That's what I want. A nice luxury closet filled with clothes top to bottom that fit me nice and tailored, right? That's my vision. That's what I want for myself. That's how I see myself living, right? Maybe even driving a nice McLaren on the weekends. But what I really want is a C43 AMG coupe, right? But the thing about it is, it's not easy to obtain. And people think they're supposed to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. If it were easy, this gym should be packed out from the time that it opens to the time that it closes. People should be getting in shape from the time that they wake up to the time they go to sleep. But people don't do it because they're lazy. It's a shame. And I don't feel bad for the people who don't get results. Because that means you're not doing what it takes to be able to get the result that you're looking for, because you're not doing the work. You cannot avoid the work that it takes to get the thing done. The work is what gets the thing done. Simple as that. There is no way around it. Me going to the gym, lifting up the weight, and putting it down gets me the result when I do it consistently. And it's the same thing for anything else in life. Do it consistently, make it a habit, simplify the process, and do the thing consistently. Because without doing that, you will not get the result. Simple as that. Simple as that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to work harder, I'm going to be better, and I'm going to improve myself right now. I'm going to go into the gym, and I'm going to hit legs, and I'm going to have a crazy leg day, and I might even throw in some shoulders. While some of y'all sit at home and complain. While some of y'all sit at home and play the video games. And now, I have nothing against video games, right? At the same time, know how to balance it to get actual meaningful work done and work on yourself in the process. Because some of your recovery time to you could be playing video games. But always limit it. Do not get stuck in the process of just playing video games all day. I've been there and I've done that and I've seen what it's done to my life. So in moderation is the key. So I'm going to go into the gym. I got somebody waiting on me right now. I'm going to go hit legs. And I really want you guys to really think about what I said in this video, because I want to see you guys win. I want you guys to really live a limitless lifestyle, to break those limiting beliefs in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, to really achieve the things that you want to achieve, because it's possible. It's really possible. I solely believe that it's possible for me to achieve everything that I want to achieve in this lifetime. I truly believe it. I'm gonna make a part 2 to this video because I gotta go. This dude's blowing up my phone. So I hope you guys have a great night, a great rest of your day, and really attack your day and achieve some goals and be limitless, right? Be limitless, live a limitless lifestyle, and break those limiting beliefs. Have a good day.